Hey guys, welcome back from break. Today's April 13th, and I want to walk you through how to get to the material that you need to use for today's lesson. I will go through the slides for today's lesson, so if you have any questions, post them on our team's chat page. So in your email this morning, you found this link to our video, and you are going to be instructed to go onto Teams, and you'll click on your math tile to open it for today's information. Now, underneath the math tile, you'll see it says Math Plans April 13th to April 17th. You'll click that open, and you'll see that you have a calendar in here of all of your activities that you need to complete. Okay, and there's a blank box here, and we'll talk about what that blank box means in a second too. All right, so today is Monday. You are going to work on lesson 9-6. You'll watch this instructional video. It's going to be on adding and subtracting fractions. You will complete the solve and share. You'll watch the visual learning video that comes from Envisions. You'll complete the Convince Me. When you're done with that, you'll do the guided practice 1 through 4, the independent practice 5 through 8, and then you'll log into Envisions and you will complete the quick check that's called Add and Subtract Like Denominators Quick Check. When you're finished with that, you'll need to log into IXL, make sure that you complete your diagnostic until you're pinpointed, or work on it for about 20 minutes just in case the pinpointing takes a long time. And then you'll work on your reflex until you get the green light. Now, every day there are activities posted for the week. And then underneath each instructional video, you will find a specific calendar with the directions with the activities. So let's go to that. Now, it's not there at the moment, but also with the math plan right here, you'll see it'll say, please click me for the math video. You'll also have access to it in your email and through your parents. Okay, so let's get started. So today, like I said, you guys are going to watch this instructional video. You can refer back to it throughout the week. This video is used for Monday and Tuesday's activities. You'll complete the solve and share today. You will watch the other available learning videos, which we'll go over. You'll complete the guided practice, the independent practice, the quick check, and then in here you'll see that there are the additional assignments. All right, so let's go. Lesson 9-6, adding and subtracting fractions with like denominators. And just a refresher, we have seen this anchor chart before. This is about fractions. Fractions represent part of a whole. So if you have a whole pizza, a pizza might be cut into what we call 6 slices, and that whole is referred to as the denominator. And the parts are referred to as the numerator. Now, if I have 6 slices, I eat 1 slice, I have 5 parts left. Okay, and that's how we get a fraction of a whole. So now anytime you have a whole, that means that whatever the denominator is, if you have the whole thing, the numerator is the same as the denominator. So in this case, our denominator is 6. So the fraction that would represent the whole, or 1, would be 6 over 6. And this is just a way to remember, to remind you how to decompose fractions. Decomposing fractions means when you're adding fractions with the same denominator together, you're breaking that apart. So if I have 5/6, I could add 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 and get 5/6. And then this here represents another way to do it. 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 2/6. So what you're noticing is that the denominator, which is the 6, stays the same every time, and that the numerator are just the parts, and we're adding just the numerators together. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 2 more would be 5. Up here, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 5, and your denominator is 6, because they're all coming from the same whole. Okay, so that denominator doesn't change. And then here it says 1, 6 plus 1, 6 plus 3, 6. So the 6 stays the same. 1 plus 3 more equals 5. And then finally you have 1, 6 plus 4, 6, which equals 5, 6. So the numerators were just all a variation of how to add that 5 together, and your denominator stayed the same. Okay, so today we're going to learn how to use the fractions to add them together. So it says I can use a number line to add and subtract fractions when the fractions are part of the same whole. Fractions from the same whole have like denominators or the same denominator. So here we have an example of a way to add fractions with the like denominators and then take apart the fractions with the like denominators. So you can see that, well, we started with 2 and they're in blue, so 2/5 because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts, and 2/5 plus that one more fifth equals 3/5 total, right? 1, 2, 3 pieces, which is your 3 here, and your 5 parts total. But over here, I started with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 8 pieces. So if I had 6 pieces of pizza out of 8 total left, I have 6/8. But then I went and I ate 2 more slices of pizza. So I ate 2/8 of it because it's still the whole. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4/8 left. Okay, so here's your solve and share. And you'll be able to click in this area and complete your solve and share and write out or type out your information. So it says Sebastian has 6/8 of the full charge left on his phone. He uses 2/8 of the full charge playing a game. What fraction of the full charge does he have left? Solve this problem any way you choose, which means you can draw it on a number line, you can make a picture, you can draw a pie, however you want to do it. You can just do the addition or subtraction, but I want to see however you can do it. Okay, and always remember, if you don't understand the problem, how many times should we read it? 3 times. 1 time to read it to expose yourself to it, 2nd time to gain better understanding, and a 3rd time to make sure that we know how to solve. Okay, now here, after you do that and you do the solve and share, you're going to click this number rock link and it will take you to fractions of a number line. So I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so you can see it'll pop itself open and I'll be able to play the video here. Okay, after you've watched that, this link will bring you right to Envisions. Okay, so make sure you have Envisions logged in, because see how I wasn't logged into it? It's going to spin and then it's going to ask me to log into it. So make sure that you have Envisions logged in before you start your lessons for the day. Okay, so now it says I have 2/8 of a candy bar. Gina gives me 3/8 of her candy bar. How much do I have now? So if I started out with 2/8, that's my orange, 1, 2/8. And then Gina gives me 3/8. I have to add 3 more. So it's 1, 2, 3/8. So how much do I have all together? How did I just add that on the number line? I made sure that the number line was split into 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I made sure that both fractions had the same denominator. I see an 8 here and an 8 here. And I know that when they have the same denominator, I can just add them together. So I start with my 1, 2, and then I pick up where my 2 left off and I add 1, 2, 3 more because that's how many parts it told me I needed to add. Okay, so now you're going to try it. You'll try the convince me. Okay, this is a number line for you to just reference. And it says, how many tick marks are you going to add? What is the fraction for 1 whole if my denominator is an 8? So convince me. Answer my question. How many tick marks would I have? What fraction represents 1 whole if my denominator has an 8 on the bottom? Okay, so then you're going to go here and you're going to click on the guided practice, and wherever it says click here, that's where you can add your answer. Independent practice, same thing. Click to write your answer. It says write the equations shown by each number line. Okay, that means where did I start? Well, here the end of the arrow is on 2/10. So that means that I started on 2/10. So I would write 2/10. And then where did I end up? Well, I counted how many. I ended up on the 6. So where did I end up? That's 1 hop, 2 hops, 3 hops, 4 hops. So I counted up 4/10 to get to 6/10. So you guys are going to do the same thing with the other 3. Okay, when you're done with that, log into Envision. You're going to complete the quick check. Okay, when the quick check is done, it's 5 questions. It shouldn't take you a long time. When the quick check is done, log into IXL. I want you to click on Diagnostic and work on that to get pinpointed. When you're done being pinpointed, if it goes really quick, log into Reflex and work on it to the green light. If you've worked on the diagnostic for longer than 20 minutes, and you're still not pinpointed, you can stop, go to Reflex, and work on diagnostic tomorrow. Okay, so that is the end of our slideshow. Make sure to watch all the videos. These videos are good for today's lesson and for Tuesday's lesson. If you have any questions, you should make sure that you post it on the board here. Now, after you've gone through the PowerPoint and you've read this, under assignments, it tells you your 9-6 day 1 PowerPoint. So click view assignment, and I'm going to look at it as if I was a student, and it pops up. You click on it here. Okay, and it has your calendar, what you're responsible to do. And it goes right back through the entire PowerPoint that I just reviewed with you for your mini lesson. And then when you get here, if it doesn't let you click, you're going to hit Edit Presentation, Edit in Browser. It'll pop open, and it'll let you go through the slides. Okay, and then it will let you click right just like this. Okay, if you have any problems, I'm available from 9 to 2. And you can reach out to me and I will be more than happy to help you out. If you can't reach me, your parents can't reach me through Remind, make sure you post here on the board, okay? Hit post, click here, ask your question, and then I'll answer you, and then we'll respond and talk with clicking on this reply message that's here. You can also reach out to Mrs. Lyon if you have any issues. Okay? I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Take care.